Okay. We have everybody in the class. Very nice. It was my mistake. I didn't do the live at 8:15. I forgot that I had to do the live, and then I realized, okay, why is nobody joining? And I realized I didn't do the live. Anyway. Okay, so everybody excited to learn more about Narada? Actually, as I mentioned, this Narada series is so big. It's just going to go on and on because Narada Muni is throughout the Srimad Bhagavatam. Narada's disciple is Vyasadeva, and Vyasadeva writes the Srimad Bhagavatam as an offering to his spiritual master. So almost in every other chapter, he brings in Narada. Okay, so we're going to learn a lot more about Narada Muni. So anyone remembers what we learned in the previous class? The story of Vyasa, right? So we came to the climax of the story of Vyasa and Narada, and we saw that Narada Muni actually saw the Lord face to face. Narada Muni saw the Lord face to face, and he got the transcendental body of Narada Muni. So that's what we saw in the previous session. So now we will move on with further realizations from the life of Narada. So Majnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Shri Gurum Deenatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ishwaram Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Priyashaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namne Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesha Shunyavadi पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवसादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Very nice icebreaker for everybody. If there is one thing that convinced you to take up Krishna consciousness, what was it? Okay, Haripriya.
Does it have to be something like that we actually did in our life?
So I was no. The question is more like maybe something just inspired you, and you thought, "Oh, this process is so beautiful." Something. It can be a kirtan, it can be a class, or it can just be the philosophy. For some people, it can be prasadam. For some people, devotee association. Something that inspired you that you really felt this is a process that works. Yes, Vinita Mataji, she'll go first. So then we'll have the rest go.
Yeah, Mataji, I like prasadam, as you are telling. That inspired me to be in Krishna consciousness. Initially, I was not in a position to take up the philosophy or read Bhagavad Gita. I was thinking, oh, I'm very little girl. Why should I take a Bhagavad Gita now? I'm just 20. Why should I pick Bhagavad Gita? I was thinking like that. But really, and also the mentality of a devotee is very caring, very loving. Even though we are rejecting, we are saying that, oh, I don't want to come to your program, I don't like it, but still they don't leave us. Okay, that's fine. If you don't want to come, you can take some prasadam, yummy cake is there, this is there, that is there, they'll feed us nicely. So that really helped me, Mataji. Devotee association and prasadam.
Can I say something?
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you so much. Yes. Go ahead.
So what I wanted to say is, personally, what made me into Krishna consciousness is learning slokas and memorizing them. And personally, which I like about Krishna consciousness is having prasadam.
I know. How sweet. How beautiful. That's why you love shlokas. Very nice. Thank you, Balavrinda. Thank you, Anita Mataji. Smriti?
Mataji, I think what I really like was when I was little, for some weird reason, I really wanted to read the Bhagavad Gita. I thought it would be fun. I don't know, because then we bought a Bhagavad Gita book that was only in Sanskrit. My mom was like, then why do you want to take it if you can't read Sanskrit? I'm like, you can teach me. So I saw this meme once. It was like there was one thing that was like too young. It was like showing a baby, and it was saying too young to read Bhagavad Gita, and then it showed a person just getting married. It says too happy to read Bhagavad Gita, and a person working too busy to read Bhagavad Gita and a person dying and it says too late to read Bhagavad Gita.
That was an inspiration, right? Very nice. So beautiful. Even I have gone through, I've seen that meme, and that is the reality of this world. That's what is happening everywhere, right? So very nice, Smriti. So these little things, sometimes the most unexpected thing can become our inspiration. So very nice, Smriti. Beautiful. Chinmay.
Hare Krishna Mataji. So for me personally, I developed an interest because uh, my parents encouraged me since I was like born, and then like for myself, when I read a specific book or something of Prabhupada, it he repeats the words or the statement that uh, the real problem for a soul is that you can't find real happiness, and that he tells us about the purpose of the soul and the purpose of us, and that is to serve Krishna. So why waste our time in not doing that?
Wow, that is so profound. Our Vedanta Sutras, they begin with the words Athato Brahma Jignasa. The very first business of human life is to inquire into the Supreme. And Srila Prabhupada is talking about that, the purpose of your soul, who you are, what you should be doing, the soul's only purpose. So nice, right? Everybody is searching after God, and Prabhupada has established that fact from the beginning to the end of the Bhagavad Gita, beginning to end of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Literally any book he writes, he establishes that fact. Very good, Chinmay. Beautiful, beautiful. Very nice. Hari Priya, Arul Prakasam.
Hare Krishna Mataji. For me also, my parents started Krishna consciousness like a little bit before I was born, so I've been in it basically my whole life. But some things I really like about Krishna consciousness is just the fact that like everything we do, we're doing it in the service of Krishna, and we also were having so much fun ourselves. And and there's so many things that will make us also believe in Krishna consciousness. Like we hear so many, like even recent pastimes about like Dev saving people, or Jagannath appearing in people's dreams, and like you'll know that it's actually genuine, and these things have happened before.
Beautiful, right? So nice, so nice, so nicely you said this. It's a happy process. You're having so much fun. So Krishna consciousness should be happily performed. Again, Bhagavad Gita also talks about it, right? Raja Vidya Raja Guhyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Susukam Kartum Avyayam. So it is happily performed. Susukam, very, very easy process. Very nice. And that's what keeps us also in Krishna consciousness. Somehow I feel if the process was strenuous, if it was a lot of work, none of us would be in Krishna consciousness. So very apt point, very relevant point for each and every one of us. Good job. Very nice. Then who raised hand? Chinmayi spoke, Smriti spoke, Vinita spoke, Haripriya spoke. Advait. Come on, Advait. I'm sure you have some very deep realization to share. If you're there around. Okay, looks like he's missing. Somebody else joined too. Tulasi Manjari. Wow. We'll just wait for her to get her audio.
I think Advait has some internet issue, Mataji. He joined before and dropped off. And now again he joined in.
Mataji, it's because I accidentally clicked the wrong button and it made me leave the meeting.
I see. Okay. Oh, my video also went off. Okay, Advait, you tell me.
Mataji, it has to be because over here, Janmashtami and Ratha Yatra, the festivals are so big and it's so fun. And that's like that and Prashadam, that's like one of the main reasons why I convinced to take up Krishna consciousness.
Perfect. Yes, I agree with you. The festivals are very attractive. And you come to a festival, just take prasadam once and that's it. You're bowled over. And you just want to come back to the temple again and again and get the association of devotees. That's a very good point. Thank you, Advait. I thought I saw Tulsi Manjari, but unfortunately she dropped. I think she's having issues too. So we'll continue with our next part, which is the story of Narada and Mrgari. So what we did was we finished the episode of Vyasa and Narada. We just finished the episode from the first canto. But remember, I told in the beginning of the class, for those who were not there in the beginning of the class, that the entire Bhagavatam has different episodes of Narada interacting with different devotees. So we are pretty much analyzing the life of Narada Muni through different interactions that he has had with the devotees. So now we are going to pick one particular devotee who's Mrgari, who's not in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Our initial idea was to actually cover Bhagavatam canto by canto and go through every devotee. But we are taking a small pause. We are going to jump to Chaitanya Charitamrita at this point and then come back to Bhagavatam. Because Narad Muni has interacted with so many people and there is so much to learn from the way Narada Muni has interacted with devotees. Okay. Now, the story of Mrgari is definitely not something that is new to you. Each one of you in this forum already know who Mrgari is, already know the story. So I'm not going to tell something new to you. However, I want you to read, if possible, from Sri Chaitanya, this is Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. I'm just going to quickly make all of you read so we can go through the story, because our activity has something very interesting that you will be doing from the story. So I want everyone to pay attention. If I'm just talking, I don't think you will pay attention. So I'm going to ask everyone to read one paragraph, if that is okay, so that everyone pays attention. And we know what we're doing in our activity. Advait, you can unmute and start reading from where I've highlighted. You want me to zoom? I can zoom it. Okay, Advait is taking time. Vinita Mataji, would you like to start?
Yes, Mataji. Once there was a hunter in forest of Prayaga who was fortunate enough to meet Narada Muni when the great sage was returning from Vaikunta after visiting Lord Narayana. Narada came to Prayaga to bathe in the confluence of the Ganga and Yamuna. While passing through the forest, Narada saw a bird lying on the ground. The bird was half killed, being pierced by an arrow, and it was chirping pitifully. Further on, Narada saw a deer flopping about in agony. Further, he saw that I'm missing the line. A boar was also suffering, and in other place he saw a rabbit switching in a pain. All this made him very compassionate, and he began to think, who is the foolish man who has committed such sin? Devotees of the Lord are generally compassionate upon seeing upon the misery of living entity, and what to speak of great sage Narada. He became very aggrieved by this scene. And after proceeding a few steps, he saw the hunter engaged in hunting with bow and arrow. The hunter complexion was very dark and his eyes were red. It appeared to be dangerous. Just see him standing there with his bow and arrow, looking just like an associate of Yamaraja, Death. Seeing him, Narada entered deeper into forest to approach him. As Narada passed through the forest, all the animals who were caught in the hunter's trap flew away. The hunter became very angry at this, and he was just about to call Narada very names. But due to the influence of saintly Narada, the hunter could not utter such blasphemies. Rather, with gentle behavior, he asked Narada, "My dear sir, why have you come here while I am hunting? Have you stayed from the general path? Because no, did I miss something, Mataji?
You're good.
Okay, because you have come here, all the animals in my trap flew. Yes. Okay, can I stop here, Mataji?
Yes, ma'am.
Mataji, can I read?
Yes.
Yes, I am sorry, said Narada replied. I have come to you to find my own path and to inquire from you. I have seen that there are many boars, deer, and rabbits on the path. They are lying on the forest floor, half dead and flopping about. Who has committed these sinful acts? What you have seen is all right, the hunter replied. It was done by me. If you are hunting all these poor animals, why don't you kill them at once? Narada asked. If you have killed them and they are suffering in their death pangs, this is a great sin. If you want to kill an animal, why don't you kill it completely? Why do you leave it half killed and allow it to die flopping around? My dear lord, the hunter replied, my name is Mrgari, enemy of animals. I am simply following the teachings of my father, who taught me to half kill animals and leave them flopping about. When a half-dead animal suffers, I take great pleasure in it. I beg one thing from you only, Narada implored. Please accept it. Oh yes, sir. I shall give you whatever you like, the hunter said. If you want some animal skins, come to my house. I have many skins of animals, including tigers and deer. I shall give you whatever you like. I do not want such things, Narada replied. However, I do want something else. If you kindly grant it to me, I shall tell you. Please, henceforth from tomorrow, whenever you kill an animal, please kill it completely. Don't leave it half dead. How much should I read?
That is enough. The next
Okay.
person. Haripriya?
My dear sir, what are you asking of me? What is the difference between half killing an animal and killing it completely? If you half kill the animals, they suffer great pain, Narada explained. And if you give too much pain to other living entities, you commit great sin. There is a great offense committed when you kill an animal completely, but the offense is much greater when you half kill it. Indeed, the pain which you give half dead animals will have to be accepted by you in a future birth. Although the hunter was very sinful, his heart became softened, and he became afraid of his sins by virtue of his association with a great devotee like Narada. Those who are grossly sinful are not at all afraid of committing sins, but here we can see that because his purification began in the association of a great devotee like Narada, the hunter became afraid of his sinful activities. The hunter therefore replied, My dear sir, from my very childhood, I have been taught to kill animals in this way. Please tell me how I can get rid of all the offenses and sinful activities which I have accumulated. I am surrendering unto your feet. Please save me from all the reactions of my sinful activities which I have committed in the past, and please direct me to the proper path so that I can be free. Should I keep reading?
Next person. Smriti?
Yes, Mataji. If you actually want to follow my directions, I can tell you the real path by which you can be free from sinful reactions. I shall follow whatever you say without hesitation. The hunter agreed. Narada then told him to first break his bow, and only then would he disclose the path of liberation. You're asking me to break my bow, the hunter protested. But if I break it, what will be the means of my livelihood? Don't worry about your livelihood, Narada said. I shall feed you sufficient grains in order to live. Should I keep reading, Mataji?
Chinmay, you can read.
Yes, Mataji. The hunter then broke his bow and fell down at the feet of Narada. Narada got him to stand up, and he instructed him, just go to your home and distribute whatever money and valuables you have to the devotees and the brahmanas. Then just come out and follow me wearing only one cloth. Construct a small thatched house on the river bank and sow a tulsi plant by that house. Just circumambulate the tulsi tree and every day taste one fallen leaf. Above all, always chant. Just a minute, Mataji. Yeah, always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. As far as your livelihood is concerned, I shall send you grains, but you will only accept as much grain as you require for yourself and your wife. Narada then revealed the half-dead animals and getting freed from their dreadful condition. They fled away. Upon seeing Narada execute this miracle, the dark hunter was struck with wonder. After taking Narada to his home, he bowed down again at his feet. Should I continue, Madhava?
Advait?
Narada returned to his place, and the hunter, after returning home, began to execute the instructions Narada had given him. In the meantime, news spread amongst all the villages that the hunter had become a devotee. Consequently, the residents of the villages came to see the new Vaishnava. It is the Vedic custom to bring grains and fruits whenever one goes to see a saintly person. And since all the villagers saw that the hunter had turned into a great devotee, they brought eatables with them. Thus, every day he was offered grains and fruit, so much that no less than 10 to 20 people would have eaten there. According to Narada's instructions, he did not accept anything more than what he and his wife required for sustenance. Thank you, Machi.
Advait? Sorry, Abhinav? Oh, did someone raise hand? I thought somebody raised.
Oh, that was mine. I think that was me.
Yeah.
Mataji, Balavrinda is also there if everybody's done.
Okay. Balavrinda, you want to read for a while?
Yes, Mataji. After some days had passed, Narada told his friend Partha Muni, I have a disciple. Let us go to see him and see if he is doing well. When the two sages, Narada and Pavarta went to the hunter's home, the hunter saw his spiritual master coming from the distance, and he began to approach with great respect. On his way to greet the great sages, the hunter saw that there were ants on the ground before him, and that they were hindering his passage. When he reached the sages, he tried to bow down before them, but he saw that there were so many ants that he could not bow down without crushing them. Thus he slowly cleared away the ants, and with his cloth, when Narada saw that the hunter was trying to save the lives of the ants, in this way he was reminded of a verse from the Skand Puran. Is it not wonderful that a devotee of the Lord is not inclined to give any sort of pain to anyone, not even to an ant? Although the hunter took great pleasure in half killing animals, since he became a great devotee of the Lord, he was not prepared to give pain even to Nant. The hunter received the two great sages at his home and offered them a sitting place, bought water, washed their feet, took water to them to drink, and finally, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Wait, did I miss the one?
Both he and his wife?
Both he and his wife touched the water with their heads. After this, they began to feel ecstasy and began to dance and sing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. They raised their hands and danced with their clothes flying. When the two great sages saw their ecstasy of love of Godhead manifest in the body of the hunter, Parvat Muni Muni told Narada, "You are the touchstone for by your association, even a great hunter has turned into a great devotee."
Very good, Balavrinda. Thank you so much. And Abhinav, Tulsi Manjari, she came. Fine. Tulsi Manjari, can you finish the last section? There is a verse from you. Till here.
There is a verse in the Skanda Purana which states, "My dear Devarshi Narada, you are glorious, and by your mercy, even the lowest creature, 100 of animals, elevated to the path of devotion and attained transcendental attachment for Krishna." At length, Narada inquired of the hunter devotee, "Are you getting your foodstuff regularly?" "You send so many people," the hunter replied, "and they bring so much edibles that we cannot begin to eat them." "That's all right," Narada replied. "Whatever you were getting is all right. Now just continue your devotional service in that way." After Narada had spoken this, both Narada and Parvatamuni disappeared from the hunter's home. Lord Chaitanya recited the story in order to show that even a hunter can engage in the devotional service of Krishna by the influence of pure devotees. Continuing to explain the Atmarama verse, Lord Chaitanya pointed out that
That's enough. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you so much. Each one of you participated so nicely. Thank you so much. So let's continue. So now you know the story in and out. Let's see what your group activity is after reading the story. Okay. So group 1, you've read the story. Think about it. I can actually text it in the group also, the entire story. Think about the reasons for transformation of Mrgari. I want you to give me specific reasons of Narada's behavior. Okay. So you are going to analyze what are the different, whenever we do outreach, whenever we go and preach to devotees, sometimes we are successful, we are able to make devotees. Sometimes it is not a success. What are the devotees looking at? I mean, what are the people who are newly taking up Krishna consciousness expecting from us? That is something that you have to learn from Narada Muni. Narada Muni, okay, Narada Muni, he was a very great preacher and he knew to preach according to time, place, and circumstance. He knew what to say when. Okay, so he was a very smart preacher, just like how Prabhupada. When Prabhupada came to the West, he didn't directly tell, okay, everybody, now you all follow 4 regulative principles, everyone give up everything and just chant Hare Krishna. No, he gave it in a particular way. So I want you to analyze the different reasons from the association of Narada that transformed Mrgari. That is group 1. You will come up with at least, like I want to hear at least 5 or 6 reasons. Okay. What behavior of Narada impressed Mrgari? So group 2 is going to be very simple. You will be performing a skit highlighting the reasons for Mrgari's changes. You also will identify, okay, but you will not put it in a what is that, in a notepad and show me the reasons. You have to enact highlighting the reasons. The same story you will enact as a skit, but there will be highlights, especially on the behavior of Narada that impressed Mrgari to completely transform. Okay, so we are going to look at the technique of Narada's preaching because this was very difficult preaching. He's preaching to a hunter and the hunter transforms 360 degree. I mean, sorry, 180 degree. How did he transform 180 degree? Think about it. Okay, so this will be enacted by
Mataji, which group am I in?
Let's see. Give me 2 minutes. I'm going to send the entire script to you for the ones who are especially going to enact. And then especially also for the people who are going to find out what happened. I'm sending you the script right away. Don't worry. Skanda Puran is a huge thing that you all read, right? Here we go. I'm sending it in the chat here. If you want me to send it in the WhatsApp, I'll do that too. Oh, this chat doesn't work. I'll do it directly on WhatsApp. Is WhatsApp okay with everybody?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. You'll have to again go pick up the phone from your parent and get it. Somehow in the chat, such a huge paragraph doesn't come through. Okay. So I will need multiple people having co-hosts. So I'm just going to give co-host to everybody if possible.
Mataji, you can share the teachings of Lord Chaitanya's link only, na?
That is also very good. We can do that. Yeah. Let's do that. Yeah, just give me a second. I'll give everyone co-host. Hare Krishna, Shravan. I see Shravan has also joined. Very nice.
Mataji, why didn't you just send the link?
Yeah, and but don't you guys want co-host? Because one of you will be sharing screen, right?
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna
like when you sent in the WhatsApp, you just sent the entire.
Oh yeah, I know what I did. Okay. Give me a second. I'll send you, but the problem is I'll send you the link, but you should know from where to pick it up because the link has a lot of information. We only read
Mataji, we can find, na Mataji, we can find type of Mrgari or Parvatamuni, whatever the names we can find, and then it will pop up.
Okay. So many of you have co-host. I don't know, randomly I just assign co-host to many people. So in case you don't have, please ask me, and then you can. Mataji, you want to do the breakout room? Mataji, just random mixing of the devotees.
Mataji, I'm on the phone today.
Yeah, sure, I can do the mixing, no problem.
Yeah.
So I think everybody has co-host. So I'm going to do the breakout room. Assign automatically, okay? So great. Sorry. Okay. I think I have to let me start.
What
all
happened, Mataji?
Nothing.
What
I'll make. Okay, I think participants can choose. Or shall I assign? Okay, I'm going to assign, sorry. Okay, room 1, whoever is there on the main room, you may want to start listing, right? Your job is to list. Okay.
Who's sharing their screen?
You can do it this time if you want. I always do it.
Nah, you can do it.
I can't do it right now. I'm not on a computer today, so.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Hey, Abhinav, did the link that Mataji shared is working for you?
Yeah.
Mrgari, Hunter Mrgari link.
Yes, it did.
Okay,
Wait,
not
I
working for me. It's not working for me. For some reason, it says something is missing or like that.
I got this. when I opened it up.
Oh, very good. Can you share again to me? I mean, in the chat, you can put the link.
Okay. Wait, actually, click something. I don't think it's letting me do that while I'm. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I put it in the chat. I believe it's the same thing.
No, thank you, Abhinav. Thank you. Okay.
Now, so this topic is. What is the topic?
I think it was why Mrgari
The reasons or the skit?
it was the other one. It was the not the skit, the other one.
Oh, the
Identify the reasons for transformation of Mrgari. That's what we have to do.
yeah.
Why did the Mrgari has transformed?
I think it's because one of the reasons was because he trusted Narada.
Devotee association, not even trusting, just by being in association with him. Because initially he wanted to scold him, right? He wanted to use the ill words, but being in association of a great devotee like Narada, what had happened is he was even not able to utter those bad words, right? That's what the
Yeah.
first thing.
Wait, Abhinav, you don't have to share it with us because I'm not gonna be able to type because I'm not on a computer.
Yes, other people can.
Wait, there's other people in this group? I know.
Yeah, Tulsi Manjari. If
Okay.
she'd like to help.
I think also because like Narada Muni didn't really like shove anything down his throat or something. He just like he presented it in a way so that even he was saying even like just kill the animals fully and not just half dead or something. So it wasn't like oh just do this or something. He said that was sinful, but at least it would reduce his sins a bit. So it wasn't like forceful.
So
So I think-
basically, he gave advice to the hunter based on what he's doing.
Yeah.
Based on his level.
Based on the
Based on his level of consciousness.
Yeah.
Next point you can put
Oh.
for the association of a devotee. Association of great devotees. Lavamatra sadhu sangha.
Vaishnavas.
So I also want you guys to highlight what are the essential preaching techniques that Narada Muni used to impress upon Mrgari. So that is something that you have to focus. Like, what is it if you were in Mrgari's position and you were in this position and you're hearing from Narada Muni, what is it that Narada Muni said impressed you to change your life? So think from that point of view, try to analyze how the transformation happened and what words Narada Muni used or how his behavior impressed upon Mrgari. Okay, because you're going to see what are the qualities of a preacher. So think about it.
Mm.
Being sober.
Being sober.
Yeah, because Narada was not feeling anger on him, right?
Being
He-
sober.
In some way, I think, yeah.
Yeah, being sober as a preacher, if you are like that, then automatically you can attract the other person. Handa was very anger that because of Narada, the birds were flying, right? But Narada didn't get anger because he is a devotee. He cannot see other person is getting trouble, but he was trying to guide him. He understood because he's not knowing the truth that he needs not to suffer, make us
Feeling compassionate for him.
Yes. He didn't know that he was doing wrong. That's why he was not angry at him. He was trying to explain him why is it wrong, right? That's
Yeah,
what
that's how a preacher should
preacher
like
should be
should
yeah.
feel.
Come to the level of the person and try to preach. Yeah, low down your level to the person that you're
Yeah.
talking.
Feeling compassionate too. Any more? Let's see.
You can share the story window, then we can see that. Is Preeti Mataji there?
I think she. Wait, yeah.
She is there, right? Yeah, Preeti Mataji, only to the story we read, or there is little more extension to it. I don't know if they read it, like where Narada explains that, right? Other person, you are doing this one for your family. Is your family going to take the sin? That explanation is not there here, right?
Yeah, you can add Mataji, no problem. You can add that in your analysis. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Abhinav know the story, right? Complete story.
Yeah, I just know the story.
Yeah. So that point I'm talking about, to make them understand. Actually, we should not do that, right? How can I say that? How can I put that point?
Yeah. Maybe
No, to suffer to make suffer someone for your own enjoyment is not correct, right?
Yeah. Should show them the right path.
Yeah.
Could I put that?
No, means that point Narada has explained him, right? That made him transform. So how we write that point? I'm not able to put that.
Making him, like, kind of making him feel
means make him understand what is doing wrong through the Shastra, because Bhagavad Gita also says that, right? We should not suffer, make kill anybody or like that. Karma, point of view of karma also Bhagavad Gita says, right? You have to take back the karma. Whatever you're giving someone trouble, so you need to take back it. So when Narada asked him, will your family take back this thing, that karma you're doing? Nobody was agreeing it, right? So explain the things to them through the Shastra. That's what I was thinking.
Explained through the Shastra.
Mm.
Is it Shastra? Or does Shastra have a H?
Actually. Yeah, some people will write and some don't write. That's what.
Yeah, because I feel like I most of the time see H, so I'm just gonna keep it like that.
Okay, no worries. Something I pressed on and it took me somewhere here. I don't know. On my phone. Oh, I started writing. That's what I was thinking. How to stop this? In the phone, I'm not able to understand. Okay, yeah, got it. Now it's gone.
Oh wait, maybe that's why I see a green dot on my screen.
Yeah, I did annotate. Without knowingly, I did it. Okay, what more things? Advait, come on, tell. You're not saying any point.
Could I say something?
Yeah, we need people talking.
Yeah. Sorry, I had disconnected because of the internet. Anyway, it was like, I think because Narada Muni was sort of humble too in how he approached Mrgari. He wasn't like
Isn't that kind of compassionate?
well, yeah, I guess so. But I
No,
don't
that
know.
is other point. What Tulsi Manjari is saying is also makes sense, right? You should not feel, like I know sometimes we feel, okay, we as a devotee, we think that, oh, this person is doing very bad, better not to go there, or or you feel, okay, how can you do this? It's kind of like very rude way you try to speak to other person who is really doing bad. So, but what Tulsi Manjari is saying is Narada Muni was humble. You need to be humble when you're speaking to others. Even it's a devotee or non-devotee, even though they are doing mistake, but we need to approach them in a humble way.
Yeah, you can't be too harsh.
Yeah, we should not do harshly. Yeah, we cannot be harsh. Yes.
Do not be harsh. He in a humble way.
Yes. And preaching always starts with Harinam. He didn't say anything else, right? He told to just stay by Tulsi Maharani and chant Hare Krishna. So we initially, when we meet someone, we don't have to give 100 information to them. We can just say, simply chant Hare Krishna, whatever you're doing, even though he didn't even say that stop killing. He said, don't kill, half killing. You chant Hare Krishna, right? That's what his approach was. Initially, as a preacher, what we do, we say, okay, do whatever you are doing, continue, but then add Hare Krishna to your life. Then it will change everything. So our preaching should always start with mantra meditation.
So just
Mati, I think Narada, when he saw the animals, like half dead animals, when he went up, he brought all those animals back to life, right?
Is this good? Just add Mahamantra to whatever you are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 6 points. We need to impress Mataji.
No, not add a month, add Mahamantra, whatever you're doing, because here he is saying what we as a preacher, what we have to do. Means we start our preaching with Mahamantra only. Give Mahamantra first. Then automatically they will get changed. And like that I wanted to put. I don't know if
Oh,
that's
transformation comes from Mahamantra.
Yeah, yes.
Should I put that instead?
Yeah, that you can put.
Right, were you trying to say something?
And travel and preaching, right? Wherever you go, preaching is the main theme of going somewhere, not for vacation or something. Right? Narada was traveling from one place to other place and he's giving Krishna to everyone. Is that not Abhinav? We also travel many places. Right? We need to find out the opportunity when we are traveling like that. How can we help other soul?
Find any and every possible way to preach
Correct.
someone.
Correct. More. Let's start with the starting point of the story and think what we can see. Plot is like Narada entered into the forest and he saw him, right? And then what happened? He told him to not to kill full half. You have to kill full. And then by seeing
He gradually preached to him. He gradually preached the essence of the Vedas.
Yes.
Also, I think Narada Muni would check up on him like every so often. So that's also encouraging because he's not just leaving him or he's not just keep on staying to force him. He's like coming every so often. So he wants to do it, but then at the same time, he likes it too.
Yeah, correct. Encouraging and being connected with the devotee.
Check.
Encouraging and being connected with the devotee. Following the rules of a spiritual master as it is.
Should I put that as another one?
Yeah. Yeah, shelter of Tulsi Maharani, right? Also helps us because they say that Tulsi Maharani. Tulsi Maharani removes all the sin, even killing of a Brahmana can be removed if one circumambulating the Tulsi Maharani, right? Because Mrgari was doing very, very bad thing, killing of animal, which is really very bad. Just by worshipping, chanting in front of Tulsi Maharani, all the sins have eventually got removed and he was able to see love of Godhead, right?
Tulasi is very pure.
Worshipping of Tulsi Maharani plays a key role in our spiritual journey.
Oh.
And one more point is at the end we see, right, how we receive a devotee.
Okay, so Mataji, I'm just going to close the rooms so that.
Yeah. That last point, Abhinav, think about it and write something. You know, he was receiving again back his spiritual master, right? When he came, how they were receiving him.
Oh, treat spiritual master with all respect. Oh, treat your spiritual master like a god.
Mm. Yes. And also care for animals, right? That main point. Even he's not killing the ants also. That compassionate is there, that word we have already used. Jeev Daya, they say, right? We have to be compassionate to each and every creature. Even if
Well,
you
we
see
can
an
also,
ant.
we can also use it again.
All living entities. Yes, perfect. I think we covered everything.
Yeah, so do you want to assign people?
Okay, so group 1 will present now.
Yeah, already. We're group Mataji,
Tier 1.
right? Yeah.
The skit can go first, but meanwhile, you guys assign yourselves. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can probably text each other and assign who's going to speak what. Meanwhile, we'll have the skit started. Group 2 can start the skit. Group 2. Fantastic. Very good. Start.
Killing animals is a great sin, but half killing them is a greater sin.
If you have killed the animals, they suffer great pain.
Pain which you give half-dead animals, you will have to be accepted by you in a future birth.
You give too much pain to other living entities, you commit great sin.
Mrgari's heart softens and he stops hunting because of the association of the great devotee Narada Muni. He distributed his wealth and did everything Narada Muni told him to.
I was afraid of the sins that I had committed. So now, after I have been instructed by my spiritual master Narada Muni, who very compassionately taught that what I was doing was wrong, I stopped hunting animals.
Even though hunting was what I did for livelihood, I still have food for my family because of the Lord's and Narada Muni's mercy.
Because he completely surrendered under Narada Muni and followed his instructions, he changed completely. He became so compassionate and he didn't even want to hurt some ants which were blocking his way.
Excellent. Very nice. So it's so nice that you guys highlighted the mercy of Narada Muni and compassion of Narada Muni that transformed the life of Mrgari. Very nicely done. I like the way you chose certain parts from the script that highlighted the actual transformation of the hunter from such a cruel hunter to such a great sage who's not even willing to hurt an ant. So that is possible only by the mercy of great devotees like Narada Muni. Very nice. Excellent job, all of you. And good role play and good separation of verses between all of you. Very good. Very nice. Okay, now group 1. Did you assign? Group 1 has done excellent brainstorming. I was observing them. Yes, you can share screen and you can just take turns and read. Come on.
Abhinav.
Yeah, I'm almost done. I'm just color coding.
Sure, sure, do it. And then you can start speaking.
Abhinaya, sorry, Abhinaya, I'm saying, what is it? Haripriya, you were looking very cute with the narrator thing. I don't know what you put Miss Chachi on you, and you are looking very nice. It was feeling like real time acting drama.
Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, the reasons for the transformation of Mrgari. Mrgari.
Wait, Abhinav, before you start, for green, why did you put Mataji? You could have just put Vinita Gandhavika Mate.
I was rushing. You can go, Advait.
Okay. He gave advice to the hunter based on his level of consciousness, association of Vaishnavas, feeling compassionate to Mrgari.
Explained through Shastra, Narada instructed the hunter in an humble way. Transformation comes by chanting Mahamantra.
Find any and every way possible to preach to someone, checking and being connected with a devotee, following the instructions of our spiritual master.
Worshipping Tulsi Maharani plays a key role in our devotional journey. Treat your spiritual master like a god. Feel compassionate to all living entities.
Very nice. I think very good brainstorming. You first classified how Narada Muni was giving advice. He was giving advice according to the level of consciousness. This is what I was actually looking out for, because this is a feature of Narada Muni that flows across all the episodes that Narada has with different devotees. He gives appropriate advice. So that is very nice. Yes, association of Vaishnavas, that is true. Feeling compassion. Yeah, the compassion nature was shown in the skit. That was very beautiful. Yes, Narada was explaining through the eyes of Shastra in a very humble way. And the first instruction he gives is to chant the Mahamantra. And that is the easiest way of preaching. So, yeah, he found every single possible way to preach to someone, even to a hunter who was in such a situation, he was ready to preach. He was being connected with the devotee, Mrgari. He was following the instructions of the spiritual master, introducing the worship of Tulsi Maharani. That is a very nice way of getting devotees into Krishna consciousness, and treating your spiritual master like God. Yes, Mrgari did that. And Mrgari's heart transformed, that he was feeling compassionate to all living entities. Very nice. Very, very nice brainstorming. Excellent job. So now we'll have group 1 tell what they liked about group 2, and group 2 tell what they liked about group 1.
Like this Advait. First when I saw it, I thought each person was gonna do like so one person is gonna do all the Narada and one person is going to do all Mrgari and one like the narrator. But I wasn't expecting like you guys to take turns like that, but that was pretty smart, so everyone gets a fair reading.
True. Everyone got it. Very nice.
So I liked how group finally like covered everything from like top to bottom on everything about the story, and yeah.
Yes, very nice, Chinmay. Yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, Mataji, I like the way Group B has made the story very nicely. They have put the roles, Narada role and Mrgari role, narrator role. Everything was very nice. Actually, I felt like, wow, they made a play just like that. It's very hard to make a drama. Even though you know the story, bringing up the line and picking up the role and placing it properly, it takes little time, and you need to have that kind of knowledge to make it. You guys are very, very good. We all can make every year dramas with your knowledge. If Damodar and Govinda kids can perform, you can make a skit for them. Very, very nice.
Yeah, very nice script writing. I agree. Totally agree. See, the script is already present, the story is present, but then when we rewrite, we have to show our individuality. Right?
Yeah, it's very difficult to add a dialogue by dialogue and try to put the role, everything. Last time also they have performed one more, the other skit. I think if we have those documents, it is very good to save. This is very nice.
Yeah. Excellent, everybody. And then how about the people who did the brainstorming?
I really liked how there's like a lot of brainstorming things because me and Harpiya felt that we should have added a bit more because it was really detailed and you really went through all of the things and it really highlighted.
Yeah. I agree, Smriti. Anything else about the brainstorming?
Hare Krishna Mataji. I think like they had all the points covered. Like they had everything down. You said 5 or 6 points. They had a lot of points. And
Correct. Yeah, go ahead.
just you said 5 or 6 points, and they went above and beyond. They had a lot of points, and they like clearly answered the prompt, which is very nice.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yes, Haripriya, I agree. They went above and beyond. That was really good. Good. Okay. So thank you all so much for participating so nicely. And we'll meet again next week with another episode of Narada Muni. He's a very big devotee. We have lots to discuss about him. But we will not be doing Mrgari's story. We'll be doing something totally different. Okay. We might switch back to Bhagavatam. Okay. So thank you all and waiting to see you all next week. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyeva cha patitanam
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय, हर ग्रेस प्रीति विलासनी माता जी की जय, ऑल माधवा किड्स की जय।
Hare Krishna. Ending the call.